オーストリア本社からお送りさせていただいております。
Hi, I'm Wolfgang. I'm head of design for the Racket Sports Design Department here in Austria, Kennebach. Nice to have you here. Thank you for coming. Thank you for interested in our products, and I would like to speak a little bit about the design DNA of our rackets. So we have a long history, so I want to explain our design concepts basically on the speed racket because it's black and white, it's very easy to understand. So when you look at our rackets over the past years, you will always realize there is an asymmetry in the racket design. So this is something we have been rolling out for many years in different executions. So here on the table you can see also various decades of that. And the inspiration for this asymmetry comes from our logo design. So the wishbone with a 32-degree asymmetry is always reflected in the design. So we do this then for a season, and then we change to a different execution. So the latest one we have been doing was this one so far until 2025. And I think it's very, very clear blocking. We also shifted the head logo to the side, so it's also angled in the 32 degrees. And that's something probably not so many people are aware of, but if you get the explanation, the introduction to this design theme, I think you will spot this on a lot of our products, whether that's the packaging design or can also be the bags. There's a lot of inspiration with the 32-degree symmetry. Tennis rackets I joined had in 2011. It was a great journey. I started as a
14 years now?
14 years. I started out as a designer, so we didn't even have a design team, and then we slowly built it up, growing and working on the designs more intense. So that was a great ride. Yeah, great experience.
When you design those rackets, where those inspiration comes from? Another industry or?
Yeah, I mean, it's a mix of different influences we have. When you talk about products, other industries, I think the bicycle industry is very inspiring, and also the car industry, because the car industry, they work with very special colors, so that's obviously something interesting to look into. And then the bicycle industry is also related to our product. It's a sports product. It's also made of carbon fibers for the frame, so it's a sports product, so that's why we also look into that.
Not from skateboard industry? It's your hobby, right?
Yeah, I like it a lot. I come from the both sorts. Yeah. Thank you. And I mean, I like to shake up a little bit, you know. I think the more interesting stuff is more the unexpected stuff. So for me, it's always kind of trying to keep the balance with the expectations that come from the tennis industry, which is obviously a bit more conservative. But as I said, if you're coming up with something new, something unexpected that is influenced from other fields, like maybe the skateboard industry, I think there's a lot of potential for growth and sticking out on the market. And that's what you obviously need. You know, you want to be very clear, to be differentiated from other competitors, and have our own focus, and that's basically color and color blocking with the asymmetry, I would say. Yeah.
Which one is the most memorable design racket?
The most memorable design racket, Zverev in Munich, when we started with the gravity silo. So that was very impressive to me. So this was very good. We had the whole development team catching up with Zverev, and we had engineers, designers, product management. And from my experience that far, it was like the pro players are very restrictive to innovation. They like to really stick to what they have and not to make too many changes. And it was very the opposite with Alexander Zverev. So he was super open, he wants to have something unique, and he has the gravity, the flip design, where the A and the B side is different, very different. I think a lot of other pro players would have struggled with the design, and that was not the case with Alex. So really hats off to Alex. Really good. Thank you for accepting the design. That was a good day. Yeah.
The next gravity will be another
Yes,
Really
yeah.
right?
I'm really looking forward to that one. So
We cannot show it, but
yeah, I cannot show it yet. We need the approval from Alex, but we catched up with him this year in Rome 2025, showed up some proposals, and we were talking about design ideas, his influence on things, and that was also a very good meeting with one of our designers from the team, and yeah, I'm super excited. It will be so cool. You will be amazed, Japan. For us, the focus is basically to achieve a high performance product looking racket design. So it's super sophisticated. I mean, we spent months on designing those rackets, even if it's just a black and white racket. There's a lot of work behind that. So if you look at the details with the little chrome executions in the design, or we have the soft touch feeling haptics on this design. So there's a lot of stuff to experience. Some stuff works really good from the distance. We talk about on-court visibility, like the radical super bright racket from very far away. Okay, this is the head racket. And then the other stuff you probably don't realize and notice in the shelf when you purchase the racket or order it online, but once you get it, and then that's the second look, you know, when you customer realize, oh wow, this even has a haptic and a feel and a touch to it, or there's like a matte and glossy execution on the colors. So yeah, that's I think also the fun part for us, you know, really putting a lot of detail, a lot of love into those things. Yeah.
You actually painted the racket to see the color, right? Why don't you do this just the computer graphic wise?
Okay, maybe it would be more easy to do a couple of clicks and that's it, but actually computer screens and eyes, they work very different to the nature and the physical product. So as I said before, it needs a lot of detailing. So I think those fine adjustments you really have to see on the 3D of the racket. You know, the screen is always flat, but the color will change with the lights coming in and also the shape of the frame. So I think it's also part of the product designer that he wants to work with his hands in a practical manner, practical way, mix the colors and those things. That's a lot of fun, actually, not only going through the computers. And it's really an intense process to produce such a racket. You know, everything is done by hand. You know, now we live in the modern age, and everything is one click away and artificial intelligence. But if you see in life how they produce the rackets, I mean, it's really manufacturing. It's not like a cheap mass production thing. They do high quantities of those, but every single racket is done by hand. They apply every decal the workers by hand and mask it to apply the spray paints. Manually, you're gonna put in the grommet set, the plastic parts. The stringing is done by hand, the gripping is done by hand, the packaging. So let's never forget, there's a lot of work and love into those things. Treat them well, don't leave it on the wall.
そこにまあたどり着くところではある。まあでもラケットってこう最初こう目からの情報で多分手に取る方も多いと思うんで、そういうところですごい大事なパートといいますか、どこも大事なんですけど、こう一番最初にこう手に取ってもらうためにっていうデザインで、このような職人のいろんなこだわりが詰まってるっていうこと。特にヘッドはね、こうデザイン面でこうポジティブなフィードバックいただくこと多いですし、目立つし、特に最近のラケットはね、好評いただいてるので、そういうところ聞けたのがすごい勉強になりましたね。で今後出てくるシリーズであったりだとかもうイノベーティブな革新的なデザイン常にもうマーケットに出したいっていうのをおっしゃってたんで、注目していただければなっていう感じですね。
ウルフギャングさんのデザインへの愛がなんかバンバン伝わってきた素敵なお話をたくさん聞かせていただきました。ありがとうございました。
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
ありがとうございました。